Join me as I attempt to eat like RFK Jr. for an entire week. So, what does this entail? Well, the HHS secretary participates in what he has dubbed a carnivorous diet, which, you guessed it, means I was eating a lot of meat. For breakfast, or I guess you could say lunch, the HHS secretary starts off with 4 eggs and a couple strips of bacon. Kennedy's diet, which really can be boiled down to intermittent fasting, allowed me to eat my eggs at noon with the gusto of someone who hasn't eaten in days. At this point, my body was running on fumes and just needed something to eat. After breakfast, the diet called for nothing but peanuts or pistachios, or if I wanted to treat myself to something sweet, slices of mango. But, barring that, I was not allowed to eat or drink anything except black tea or water. Shortly after work, I would take myself to the gym where I would spend an hour working out just like Kennedy would. And just to make things a little more fun with this diet, I decided to emulate him and to work out in jeans, which I can strongly not recommend to anybody as it was extremely uncomfortable. Dinner was probably the hardest part, as the secretary has confined himself to a 12-ounce ribeye steak every night, which is cooked rare. I love steak as much as the next person, but every night I would find myself cooking the steak as well as asparagus and green beans, and it got so repetitive. One thing about Kennedy is that he normally takes his dinner before 7 p.m., which, as a 30-year-old living in New York City as well as having friends who wanted to go out, meant I was cutting dinner very, very fine. Once dinner was washed and cleared away, I was no longer allowed to eat anything until noon the next day, which, if you're like me and live in an apartment that promotes snacking, is an incredibly difficult thing to do. Day 7 of eating like RFK Jr. This week has been incredible. That's really the only word I can think about it. It was a lot. I'll definitely need like 3 or 4 months to recover from eating all of this meat.